All right. Good morning to you, YouTube and Twitch land. Junie is in the building. Good to see you. Man, it feels like a good day today. It does. It really does. I mean, for me, anyway. Um, it's a good day for me. Had a good session with the client. Had a nice drive into work today. Black Ops 4 is free. I thought Black Ops 4 was a very poor effort by Treyarch in terms of them doing a lot of nothing. Like, oh, wait, nope, not making his turn on Irving. For some reason I thought it was already on 3rd Avenue. I don't think that truck is going to make it. Yeah, didn't think it was going to make it. Yeah, I thought that, yeah, we're not going to agree on that, Junie. We are not going to agree on that whatsoever. Not even close. I thought Black Ops 4, they did a lot of like ancillary things to try to get people to buy microtransactions, but the game itself was overly complicated, but lacked a true fun factor. They use a lot of bright colors and lots of skins and a bunch of things that really didn't have anything to really do with the game itself. But the game itself, when I watch it, is just overly complicated. And I can tell, like, when I watch people play the game, like I watch Thunder. I watch how Thunder plays it, and how just like how the game, the maps. I was like I didn't buy Black Ops 4. I didn't buy Black Ops 4 because of what Treyarch did to Black Ops 3 after year one, when they just went super fucking crazy with releasing a new weapon every 12 minutes. A $30 melee weapon. They wanted you to pay $30 for a melee weapon, and I'm just like, no. I guess that was simple enough, right? The answer is no. But I was very skeptical of Black Ops 4 because of what I saw after the first year of Black Ops 3, when they really went crazy. As far as like Infinite Warfare being ruined, I agree, but I think that it's ruined because of a lack of balance. Now, before, like in years 3 and 4, it was a one rig, 3 gun game. And now, year 5. What was it, year 5 now? Yeah, year 5. Um, it is a one gun, one rig game, and it's just a bunch of synaptics with Titan, hopping up and down in a camp spot. People laying on the floor and thinking that like they're the best IW players ever. Like you're laying on the floor with a Titan and a synaptic. Like you're not, you're not doing anything. So, it is what it is. But yeah, this morning had a nice little drive in. The wife was with me. I purchased this album from Mastodon, Crack the Sky, I think it's called. I think that's what it's called. Actually, no, I think it might be a self-titled album. But I don't know. I purchased the album after they co-headlined a tour with Coheed and Cambria, and I was just like, oh, I like the visuals that they had on the video board while they were playing. So I swear, like like if you looked at the kind of things I like, you thought that I do drugs. Like you would think that like I do drugs because of like the kind of animation I like and stuff like that. Stuff that people tend to, people who get high a lot, stuff that they would tend to enjoy. But I enjoy them without getting high. But I liked I like Mastodon's thing. So just like, you know what, I'm gonna buy this album, a couple of t-shirts to support. And um, so she really likes, the wife really likes the album. So I purchased the album. And so sometimes when I'm in the car, I'll start listening to the album. I'll start listening to the album when she's in the car. So, had that on a little bit, talking a little bit. She's looking good. I'm looking decent. Day starts off nice, Had a good session with the client. I squatted decently today. Looking to, squat better than decent next time. I met another trainer that knows, the group of trainers that I know. And it was so exhilarating to see. Is that a DBC shirt you have there? Uh-oh, somebody's paying attention. Um, it was so good to see somebody because, I work in the gym where a guys charge a lot of money. And, some of the trainers there are good. They definitely earn their money. But then there are some other trainers where it's just kind of like, you're just a guy that ego lifted your way into what looks like a decent physique. And then like you're teaching people how to fuck themselves up. But this guy was doing the kind of work that only really high level people do. So you're going to blow that red light, aren't you? I knew you were going to do that. That's what these MAGA truck people do, y'all. I knew he was going to blow the red light. I knew it. I looked at him. I looked at the position he took. He was in the lane to the left of me. He swerves into my lane, and then the red light had been red for like 10 seconds, and he's still pushing his way through. All right, guy, do what you're going to do. Just do that shit away from me. And when you get pull over very nicely out of the lane, get the fuck out of my way so I can get to go where I'm going. Anyway. Watching somebody doing the kind of squat work that's worth doing was, you use your turn signal eventually. Oh yeah. All pickup trucks from now on, I will be recognizing as MAGA trucks. So, if you're offended by that, I don't know what to tell you. Um, uh, when I see people doing real work to improve their movement patterns before they try to bulk up and I respect that. Because what ends up happening is I was explaining it to a client today. He was like, you only focus on these few movements, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, we'll do other movements when you earn the right to do those movements. But to be honest with you, the way you're moving right now, you kind of suck. So I gotta tear you all the way down, rebuild you with a firm base, a firm movement base, and then you can do all the ego lifting you want to, but with good movement patterns. Wow. So it was really, really nice. It was really nice to see this one, and I didn't even know who the fuck this guy was, but I do know that what I saw, only super high level lifters and trainers do. And then I asked him, who do you know? And it turns out he knows the people I know. It was such, I don't know, it gave me such a positive feeling. I got underneath the bar, I squatted better, except for my very last rep. My last rep sucked. But it was so cool, to be able to um, to see somebody who's doing really good work. It just makes me happy when I see people moving well. Also, I was looking fly today. I got my bright orange Dragon Ball Z shirt, and I've got my white and orange AJ13s on. Air Jordan Retro 13s in white and orange with the black soles. We're gonna go home, work with another client, and then after I'm done with him, I'm probably gonna get my lift in. Well, the second half of my lift, because I still got more squatting to do. Yo, what up, Capta? How you doing? So, I was feeling kind of, feeling kind of fly. I was just kind of feeling myself a little bit. So, Yeah, let's talk about the Phoenix Suns. Let's talk about that. I watched the game last night, and I was very, very impressed. Okay, obviously I'm here in the city of New York. I've been a Knicks fan since I was like 9. Okay, been a Knicks fan almost 30 years. And as you probably know, there have been no championships in my lifetime, not even since I was born. And I remember all the talk was about how the Knicks wanted Chris Paul, and they were thinking about trading for Chris Paul. And I'm like, no, no, no. I don't want Chris Paul. He's all because the Knicks have this thing where they want to sign players who have a big name, but their best years are behind them. And they overpay so that they can fill Madison Square Garden and not actually win. So I'm like, isn't Chris Paul? I don't know. He's a good looking guy. I don't know if he's doing the thing with the hair plugs, because I know I saw that he was starting to lose his hair. And now look at his hair now. He might be on that LeBron program thing going. He might be doing that. But Chris Paul, I mean, Chris Paul was always a good defender. Chris Paul always had a bit of finesse. But he's got that old man game going. He's got a great pick and roll going on with DeAndre Ayton. He's got a real number one offensive threat. Why do I keep forgetting this kid's name? I always forget this kid's name. Dude scores 70 twice, and I keep forgetting his name. But he's got a real number one scoring option. And Devin Booker, excuse me. Devin Booker, okay? Patrick Beverley locks up Devin Booker in LA after LA got torched in Phoenix. So what happens? Well, Patrick Beverley is still playing man-to-man defense against Devin Booker. So what does Chris Paul do? What does Chris Paul do? He's like, yo, I'm going to run this pick and roll. Or it's going to be pick and pop. Or I'm going to drop this floater on you. I'm going to fake this pass. I'm going to make you switch on the pick and roll. And then it's going to be me on DeMarcus Cousins. And if you play up, I'm going to break your fucking ankles, which you really don't want to do to DeMarcus Cousins because he's already got mad leg injuries. So, DeMarcus, you're going to play up on me and I'm going to break your ankles, or I'm going to pop this 3 right in your eyeball. And the dude scores 41 in a closeout game. Chris Paul, 41 in a closeout game. And then you see Patrick Beverley. You see Patrick Beverley do one of the most bitch-ass things I think we've seen in a long time. His team gets carved up. They're losing by 20. Timeout being called because Chris Paul is wrecking your shit. And you think it's a good idea when you're supposed to be going back to your team's bench on a timeout, you think it's a good idea. You think it's a good idea to shove somebody in the back like a little bitch because you're getting your because you're going home. You know that was that was no respect. I don't have any respect for that. I've always had a lot of respect for Patrick Beverley because of how hard he plays on defense. But that cheap shot at the end, I know you hate losing, but part of being a man is understanding, yo, I lost. I'll come back next year. You know, I'll be back next year. But no, he had to go the violent route, the cheap shot violent route. I have no respect for that. None. I have no respect for that whatsoever. I always thought that Patrick Beverley was a hard-nosed player. You know, had a lot of passion and all that. Good, awesome. I do not respect what I saw in the fourth quarter last night. I don't respect it at all. I didn't respect that at all. But the Phoenix Suns are in the NBA Finals, and I'm I even though like I'm not a Lakers fan by any stretch of the imagination, and I'm not a LeBron fan. I definitely wanted to see LeBron in the playoffs. I wanted to see LeBron win another championship just because of all the people that hate LeBron. I used to be like, I really liked LeBron coming up, and then he did that bitch ass decision thing, and then I kind of hated on him for a bit, and then I just grew to be indifferent and just looked at him and said, you know what, LeBron, he's just great. I'm not a fan of LeBron, but I appreciate the greatness. When I see how many people actually hate LeBron, it just makes me want to see him win more championships so that they remain saltier. You know, if I'm going to eat potato chips, they're going to be salt and vinegar. You know what I mean? I like that salty flavor. And there's a whole lot of salty flavor coming from a lot of LeBron haters. So I really like, I really like, seeing LeBron win. You know, it's funny you mentioned serial killer. I don't know why I didn't think of him when I was watching the game. I'm going to send him a text message and be like, yo, dude, congrats. Because this guy has been a long-suffering Phoenix Suns fan. You know, he was lamenting how I think he was thinking that Devin Booker was going to end up signing somewhere else because the team sucked. And for a while, like, Devin Booker would score a lot of points but not play any defense. But then again, they didn't really have a team defensive scheme either. So, really, really interesting. So I'm definitely going to hit up Serial and be like, yo, congratulations to your team. So shout out to Serial Killer 246 and his Phoenix Suns going to the NBA Finals. But my Knicks aren't in it. LeBron wasn't in it. And that's fine. Um, it's nice to see new teams in it. I mean, the Clippers have been decent since Ballmer took over the team from that racist guy. I guess that's cool. But, the Clippers have been pretty good since then. We haven't really seen them in the NBA finals or anything like that. So in a way, they are kind of new. Um, Phoenix has been terrible for a long time. In fact, this is their first time in the playoffs, I think, in 5 years or something like that. So to go from losing 60 games a year to in the NBA finals, that's cool. Atlanta was also ultra mega trash, and it looks like they're poised with the injury to Giannis. They're poised to go to the NBA finals. But even if it doesn't happen, you get the Milwaukee Bucks in the finals. You have Atlanta, who's been trash. They might go to the finals. Then you got Phoenix in the finals. It's pretty fucking cool. I'm sorry that your stars were not avenged, Junie, but I'm a Rangers fan, so I don't like it when the Islanders win. So also the Islanders occupied that illegal building in my city, and they did all of that. So I definitely have a whole lot less respect for them myself. So yeah, not supporting the Islanders, not doing that. Let's take a quick intermission because I am going to put some gas in my tank. I'm going to leave the stream up, but I got to put some gas in this bitch. Yeah, I got this in here. I'll be right with you, peoples. Be right with you. Yeah. God damn it. That was more complicated than I remember. All right. Start the engine again. I got a full gas tank. Put it in drive. And let's go. And here I am trying to make this complicated ass move. All right. We are ready to go. We up out of here. Anyway, it's a nice day. It's a nice day. Things are working out pretty okay. Whoops, what's going on? What's wrong with the camera? Nickname for the element of truth. I don't know exactly what you mean. But I do know something's up with my camera. Oh, what is? Let me reload. Goodness gracious, I could not get this to work. I'm like, yo, I don't have access to mic and camera. What are you talking about? I guess the system doesn't work perfectly, folks. But we back. I had to pull over, figure out. But yes, one of you were mentioning Veritasium. I'm a big fan of that YouTube channel. Very big fan. Make sure we good. All right. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of of Veritasium. I haven't watched some of their videos in a while though. I got to see what they got going on there. Veritasium is a lot of fun to watch. I also like to watch SciShow. I like to watch the Backyard Scientist as well. Those are some of my science related YouTube favorites. In some ways, you can also say that Demolition Ranch is a science channel of sorts. One of the things I really like about Demolition Ranch is that the dude might be a MAGA guy, but you can't really tell because he doesn't, talk a whole lot of politics and stuff like that. So if you're a fan, like I know a lot of people are not fans of guns because of like gun violence in the country. And I tend to agree with those people that are like, get the guns off the street. I tend to agree. But guns themselves, as a hobby, I enjoy them. Target practice, things of that nature. I support it as like part of the concept of part of the concept of personal self-defense. You know, but all the people calling to get the guns off the streets. Yeah, I gotcha. I'm not gonna argue that, but I'm not a gun nut, but I do enjoy guns. I do enjoy shooting them. I like going to the gun range, with my wife, watching her shoot, and you know, she's better, you know, she's better with an assault rifle than I am, um, and I'm better than her with a handgun, with a pistol. But then again, anybody's ever watched me play Infinite Warfare knows I'm nasty with the pistols. but um, but yeah, I enjoy shooting guns when I get the chance to, and I'm hoping that I'll get more of a chance to. If I am able to move out of my neighborhood, that'd be great. Um, so yeah, that's that. So yep. I tried to keep it to 720p today to make sure that my phone would not overheat, and it's still pretty warm. I just didn't get any I didn't get any warnings or anything like that. So but yeah, Veritasium, love the channel. Demolition Ranch, love the channel. Haven't watched either in a long time. Bill Cosby was let out of prison on a technicality. Should be talking about that. I appreciate that, Blind Bat. How you doing this morning? Um, you know, I'm gonna give my thoughts on Bill Cosby getting out on a technicality. I think two things can be true at once. I think that Bill Cosby deserves to be in prison, and he also deserves to be free. Both of those things can be true at once. And I say that because it's very clear that he gave pills, illegal pills, to those women. That much cannot be denied, because even he didn't deny it in the deposition. But at the same time, if you are promised that you would be given immunity against incrimination, against self-incrimination, and we have laws to protect people from being compelled to give incriminating statements against themselves, because then there's a slippery slope of forced confessions and things of that nature. Do I believe that pill violated 60 women? No, I don't think so. Or should I say, it's possible. It's possible that he did violate 60 women, just not those 60 women. The vast majority of those women I did not think were credible at all. But the thing is that I still think that he was guilty, because if you did it to one, you're still guilty. But at the same time, if you know you did something wrong, and the prosecutor knows you did something wrong, but the prosecutor can't prove that you did something wrong, and then says, "Hey, if you just tell me the truth, did you do something wrong? I'm not going to prosecute you for it, because, to be honest with you, I don't have what it takes to prove to a jury of 12." And I say a jury of 12s, and not a jury of peers, because none of the jury could ever be a peer of his unless they were worth $400 million. Oh, and black. I don't think that there were any people approaching the billionaire wealth line and black. I don't think that they could have found any of those people to put on the jury. So it would not have been a jury of his peers. But they would, I don't think that the prosecutor had enough to convince 12 that that he was guilty. And being guilty and having your guilt proven are two different things. So it is not a perfect system, no doubt. It is not a perfect system. But it is a better system than the systems that human beings have used to judge fair or foul, or innocent or guilty. It is a better system now than what it was in previous eras, where people would throw you in the water, and if you floated, you were guilty, but if you drowned, you were innocent. I mean, the fuck? Really? So in order for me to be innocent, I gotta die? What's the point of that? So we'll be talking about that on TSP today. I understand that people were expecting TSP yesterday, but we could not make the logistics work. So therefore, we did not force it. But we will be on today. And yeah, it'll be great. But we'll be talking about why it's so important for men to be ambitious, because I got to tell you guys, it's super fucking important. So we'll be discussing that. I'm looking to see if this guy, because I know he's got a backup camera, is he gonna fuck this up and touch this guy's front bumper? Nope. Looks like he's gonna make it in there. It looks like I'm gonna make it in the house. But let's address Blind Bat's comment. Most people don't need a technicality when the prosecutor keeps his word. Now, people say it's a technicality when the prosecutor did not keep his word. He was not supposed to be charged anyway. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely the truth. And that's what it comes down to. People will talk, oh, you're a rape apologist, or you're a violation apologist. Let's keep it YouTube friendly, folks. You're a violation apologist, blah, 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 blah. The fact of the matter is that if you've been violated, you need to report it immediately. Or if you're in the state of Pennsylvania, or wherever the fuck that was, you need to report it within 12 years. And if you don't, well, whatever. In civil court, the burden of proof is much, much lower for a plaintiff. So she was able to get $3.4 million. And for somebody that wanted to tell a story years and years and years and years later, and you were able to get $3.4 million out of it in the settlement, I say that you take the money and you keep it moving. And this is not to say that I keep calling him Bill, Pill. It's not to say that Bill Cosby doesn't belong in prison. But he did not belong in prison under those circumstances according to the law. And that's just what it is, folks. So they're not going to be able to try him again on those charges. And it sucks, but that's the reality. Anyway, you guys will see me and Captain Paul on the Talking Shit Podcast, episode 22. You will see that later on today. But for now, I need to prepare for a client. So much respect to y'all. There's a chance that you guys will see me on an episode of Genius Take the Wheel, possibly on Saturday. We'll see. And until next time.